All right. Howdy, nail peoples. Um, Welcome to Nails Over Coffee 105. And today we are talking about, I feel like I'm all like cattywampus here. Today we're talking about some ethics in the nail industry. But before we get going, here's today's cup because, as Monday, like always, there we go. It's Tinkerbell. Mornings aren't magical. There we go. And you guys have me with like my real glasses on today, not just like my readers I wear for doing nails. Although I can wear these to do nails too because they're transition. But so in case you missed it, sorry for being late, by the way. I had a morning appointment thing that went long. So if you're here, sound off, say hi. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe before you go. If you're on Facebook, please make sure to like the page because people who liked the page, I put up a story that said I was going to run late. So get you a little more information there. Yeah, so hello, Michelle. So welcome everybody's coming in. Yeah, if you want to say hi, I can see your comments. If you have a question, I can pop it up on the screen. And I'm using my iPad for this now as opposed to my laptop because the technology is so much better. Because I can't find my webcam. Although I think I will probably be able to find it as I'm packing to move. So take this show on the road. You know what I mean? So for anybody who missed it, although I don't know how anybody really could have at this point, it feels like it was everywhere. But I don't know. I don't know that I want to call him out by name. So a product company person sent out a photo that they had grabbed off of an educator's appeared to be Facebook page. It's like a screenshot maybe. And went to go text that photo along with a not nice, hey, Darlene, a not nice comment that was pretty inappropriate and rude. Went to go text it to someone and texted it to, hey, Shanna, texted it inadvertently to the person who it was about, which I think is always a good reminder for us to pay attention to our technology. I mean, this is like the days of, when email was new and we're like, double check your email before you just go like sending it to whoever, or when you're replying, make sure you don't hit reply all, or those types of corporate business kerfluffle is my word for today. Kerfluffle. Same kind of deal, I guess. So for one, it probably isn't anything that ethically really should have been said anyway. But then for it to be sent to the person who it was about, who, to her credit, did not share it. Her husband, however, had no such problem putting it on his a screenshot of it. Hey, Dana Lynn. Had no problem putting a uh, screenshot of it on his Facebook page. Um, and then it kind of like spun from there. This educator is somebody who a lot of people know, a lot of people respect, a lot of people like, a lot of people kind of across the board say that this educator and her husband are really great people, and that this was just kind of shitty across the board. And I am only like fringe related to these people. I have crossed paths in the past, but it's not anybody that I would say like I'm friends with or anything. Um, and let me tell you, like, kind of bullshit. Like, we all make jokes, right? That my husband, Tom, is Mr. Nails Over Coffee. And if somebody that I know in the industry, was to have done this in regards to Tom, um, I wouldn't be nearly so kind on this little broadcast. I mean, I would, hi, Teresa. Oh, Teresa's late and lost. I wouldn't be nearly so nice and gracious as this tech educator has been. Because as all of you expect, and I'm sure nobody would expect anything less, I would be brutal and I would seriously have gone for the jugular. Like, the person who sent the text is not somebody that I've been particularly impressed with anyway, nor is it a company that I've ever been particularly impressed with. I've had some opportunity to reach out to and consult with different companies over time, and I'm pretty big deal about the whole ethics thing. But I did say that in a group that was discussing it, I did volunteer. There's been some conversation about people just throwing their product from this manufacturer away. Okay, so if you can see the comments, Shannon just called out the manufacturer, so it's Light Elegance. So um, so there's been some discussion from people about like boxing up their product and throwing it away, or boxing it up and sending it back to Ellie, telling them exactly why they can have their crap back. It's kind of a PR nightmare. Like, this business, like, everybody knows everybody if you've been in it for, oh, Shannon says people are canceling their orders too. Yeah, if you've been in this business for more than a couple of years, a lot of people know a lot of people. Like, we were just talking about, Darlene and I were just talking about how she met Lisa Wright at Dana Lynn's event. And I've known Darlene for years, and I've known Lisa since, I mean, forever, right? I mean, in person, like, I was in her wedding when she got married, just not that long ago, a couple years ago. And, to Lisa's kids, I'm Aunt Michelle. Like, they've all like known me forever, right? So, but that's the thing, is Darlene met Lisa at Dana Lynn's event, and those people had no idea that I've known Lisa for like, it's more than 20 years now. I don't even know how long. It's been forever. So this industry is really tight knit, and you don't necessarily always know who knows who's friends with who. It's a beauty industry, so women can be catty, and there can be issues with that. Um, yeah, Darlene says it's a small industry. It is, and there's definitely some questionable ethics, right, over time. Um, which is why, like, I have a product that I'm trying to invent, um, and I won't discuss it with anybody without a signed NDA. And there's only a handful of people that I will talk to about it, even in broad generalization terms. Um, and so if you're going to have a misstep like that, like, that can screw you over pretty quick. Um, that whole just everybody talks, right? And then, so anyway, I suggested on somebody's thing, since there was some discussion about like making reels or making videos or stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, y'all know I don't have any problem like calling shit like I see it. So, and if people don't want their bullshit out there, then they should keep their bullshit to themselves. Um, so I told everybody I volunteer. Like, if y'all want to video your blowback from this, if you want to video your throwing away of the product, your boxing it up and sending it back to the company with a nasty gram, if you want to do that, by all means, do that and send me the video. And I will do a compilation of all the videos. I might even do something fancy, like set it up to music. Maybe we could throw it to some NSYNC Bye 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 or something like that. And, I'll do the things, and I'll put it out there. Because as you guys know, even though I eventually took the video down, because as Jan reminded me, with great power comes a great responsibility, and I need to pay attention before my platform, which is kind of my point about this whole thing, right? Is that you got to be extra sure that you're not doing what this person did. Stacy said it's not a misstep, it's karma, which fair, fair. That could be a fair description of the situation. As Shannon says, we're all connected in some way. It'd be like playing the Kevin Bacon game. That's a fact. That is so a fact. The whole 6 degrees of anybody in the nail industry. Like, you could totally do it, and you would never get to the 6th degree, by the way. Oh, you're so vain. Ooh, that would be awesome. That was the suggestion for the song. But I think that some people just really deserve it sometimes. I'm in a cult like it is. And I get it. Like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? Like, there are certain people that I won't talk to and I won't do business with in the industry because I don't like them. I don't like them personally. And I don't have any respect for them professionally. And so I just don't do business with them. And I just stay away from them. And I know that there are people who feel that way about me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. But I should be everybody's cup of coffee. Huh? See what I did there? Sorry, I couldn't resist. It's like a mom joke. So I don't know. There's some really shitty ethics in our industry. There's some really not. And there's some amazing people and amazing connections and those type of things. But there is a whole lot of... Shani, you got to post a picture. Is there a way you can post a picture? You can post a picture in the comments on Facebook. after it's an actual post, I guess. Shanna has an Epcot mug, which, watch shit, I might come find it. So like, for example, when I came with my product idea, the only person I talked to about it without a signed NDA was Dr. Valenti with Dazzle Dry. Vivian and I go way back, and I knew that I could give her a broad overview and get some idea of direction to try and figure it out. And I've talked to some people without giving details. I got a referral for a manufacturer from Tammy Taylor, although that there are things, I love Tammy, but there are things that details I won't necessarily trust her with, just because I've known her forever. But like, I was messaging with Lauren Wireman this morning and Lisa Comfort, and trying to get some referrals to maybe some chemists I hadn't thought of. And I got some great insight, but even them, first of all, it's not even necessarily, like I said, so the people I trust with that kind of stuff, that list is pretty short. And I also don't want to put them in a position where they have information that they would have just rather soon not have, because as soon as I put it out into the world, then I make the keeping it proprietary information somebody else's responsibility too. And it's hard enough for me to keep my hat on it, and it's my idea. So I don't want to put anybody in a position where they feel like if they're talking to someone who could possibly help me, and so but they know them and they're friends with them, so they're reaching out to them. I don't want them to feel like they accidentally said something that they shouldn't have. If they don't know, then they can't say it. And so I just, it's that whole keeping it close to the vest. But that's, again, another issue where ethics come in, right? Like, yeah, so Shannon said, in fact, I think I'm actually going to put this up on the screen. There are some things that you just don't do as a professional in any industry. And this person crossed a line that you shouldn't have crossed. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I think that this whole thing with the light elegance thing, I mean, well, I can't even imagine why you would say that about somebody anyway. I mean, talk about like what kind of thing goes on in your brain that makes you think that posting a picture that you didn't take of somebody else's spouse, not boyfriend, not whatever. Teresa says she wants to know, spill the coffee. Okay. So, I mean, you can look it up anywhere. It's all over now. But the picture that was posted was just a picture of someone's spouse that they took on the nail cruise and put on their Facebook page, like any of us would do with any of our significant others, right? Took a picture and had posted on their Facebook page. And this person had, Shanna says it's in every nail professional group, had taken a screenshot maybe, or saved the photo, or I don't know exactly how they did that, but was texting it to someone else with a really appropriate comment, basically saying, how does, in not so nice words, how is she intimate with this person? Shannon says she thinks they saved the photo. Yeah. And sent it to, they were sending it to someone saying, how does she with this person? Which is just not nice anyway, from a broader standpoint. But instead of texting it to the person that she intended to text it to, she texted it to the person who was the photo taker, whose spouse it was. And so can you imagine? Can you imagine? You are on the nail cruise. You're supposed to be doing this thing and you're educating, you're having a good time, and you've got your spouse with you. So it's like a vacation and work all together. And then you get this text from somebody who you used to talk to, know professionally. I would assume at this point, know personally. And it's that derogatory type thing about your spouse. Like I said at the beginning of this, I would be significantly less difficult, or less, not difficult, less, what's the word I'm looking for? I would be much more, oh, I mean, let's be honest. If it happened to me, let's just be honest. Let's just, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. She was on the cruise too. So she said she could call me later. It's Emmy's birthday later. So Lisa, make sure that we're not disrupting the, pup cake event. And I have a client later, but we'll definitely touch base. But yeah, so Shannon's saying I would have ripped into them verbally. Like if this had happened to me, before I even had a chance for it to get to this next Monday for a broadcast. But trust me when I tell you, on the broadcast, I would have lit him up and I would have called him by name. And I would have had some not nice things to say. But even before then, and hats off to her, she didn't even post anything about it. Her husband did. I would have immediately gone live on my personal Facebook. And I would have had some really, really not nice things to say. And I don't care who they are. Now, I doubt that anybody here today, my Lisas and Darlenes and, of the world who have, Teresa, people who've known me forever, I highly doubt that any of you would be doing that anyway. But had you done that, I think anybody who knows me would have expected the backlash to commence pretty quickly. Yeah, Lisa says it would not have been PG. Yeah, definitely not. It wouldn't even been PG-13. It would have been R, bordering on NC-17. Like, yeah, it would have gotten ugly. It would get ugly. Like, I can't even imagine if I'm gonna use your name here, Lisa, but just everybody know that Lisa has not ever done anything like this and would never do anything like this. But because Lisa is somebody that I know personally as well as professionally, if I posted a picture of Tom on my Facebook page and Emmy, the mail just got here, so Alexa told us. And now Emmy's gonna bark. But so if I posted a picture of Tom on my Facebook page and Lisa grabbed that picture and went to go text, who would you text, Lisa? Let's say Lisa went to go text a mutual friends of ours, the other Michelle, right? And went to go text the other Michelle and said, can you believe that she has sex with us? but accidentally Lisa texted it to me instead to the other Michelle, which I could see how that would happen. We're both Michelles, you know. I would be furious. And because it's somebody that I know so well, like Lisa, personally, I would just literally hit bloop, call back, and I would call her and be like, what are you doing? What are you even doing right now? But if it was somebody, not Lisa, somebody who I just know professionally, I would put them on blast. I would put them on blast, although I probably, because I'm an in your face kind of person, I would probably respond pretty quickly and directly. Something along the lines of, listen here, you better shut your bitch mouth. So, like Shannon says, it's one thing to go for me. It's another thing to go for my spouse. You just don't do that. I mean, fair. Like, you know, like I say, if you don't like me, don't like me, whatever. But leave my husband and my kids out of it. Well, except for my daughter. If you don't like her, you can tell her too, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Cindy says, do you think the company will address what happened? Because all I see on their Instagrams are pushing product, like more videos than I've ever seen. They should. The marketing girl here says, from a PR standpoint, they've already let this go way, way too far. The story is way ahead of them now. They really needed to jump on it right then and get ahead of the story. If they don't have a PR firm, a company their size, they should. I would expect them to. But if they don't, they really needed to get a message out ahead of this. But from what I gather from other things I've read, it seems like that's kind of the company that they are, that maybe they're not going to get out and say the things that they need to say to calm this down. Teresa says, oh, I wouldn't have held back in support of the person this happened to. It would not be pretty, right? Shannon says, but how do you not realize you're sending it to the whole group of other educators? Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, double check your shit before you send it. I think that's kind of like technology 101. I mean, I know that I'm old and I came up, you know, in the days when we didn't have any of this stuff. But, you know, Jesus, if you're going to write a note to somebody in class in high school, old school, and crumple it up and throw it across the room to your friend, you got to know it might get intercepted by somebody in between, right? So don't write anything in there you wouldn't want them to read out loud. It's this, oh my God. It's like the basics. Lisa's got to go. She'll call me later. Shannon says they're just trying to shove it down. And Lisa says that this is exactly why she loves this industry, the massive support of the amazing couple. I mean, right? Like, I don't even know them personally, really. Shannon said they passed a notebook back and forth between classes back in the day, right? Okay. But if somebody would have intercepted that, right? You didn't have an expectation of privacy. I mean, maybe a little, but once you write something down or once you put something out into the world, it's out there, you know? Cindy's asking, could there be lawyers involved? I mean, this is big time ruining the reputation business. I don't know the law at this point, but it makes me wonder if they're trying to find a way, a cease and desist or something. They would have a hard time doing that, only because free speech, any good civil rights attorney would. I mean, and who do you cease and desist with? The husband, it was about him. It was a photograph of him that he put up on his Facebook page. So they'd have a really hard time arguing that he didn't have a right to do that. And I don't know that legally they'd want to open that can of worms because there could definitely be some defamation, slander type potential in there for the couple. And so I don't know that they'd want to get lawyers involved. What they really Okay, so this is the marketing PR girl telling you, um, you know, hey guys from Ellie, if you happened to stumble across this video, here's my recommendation for you. Um, First of all, you need to release a statement. You need to release a statement that says, it has been brought to our attention that there was a inappropriate message that was put out to the public by this person in our organization. We do not agree with or condone this type of behavior, and we would like to extend our sincere apologies to the people personally affected by this malicious message. You could say text message, even maybe. We are taking steps internally to make sure that this type of incident does not happen again. And it in no way represents what we are doing here at Light Elegance. And we ask for our customers' forgiveness as we offer our heartfelt apologies. Something to that effect. It is really kind of, if you're a comedy fan, Bill Burr has a funny bit about, rolling up the podium, and, you say something and then you got to roll up the podium, where you have to stand at the podium and apologize for what it was that you did. And yeah, I mean, Shannon's saying that slander is what it'd be called. Yeah, it's because libel's in print, slander is verbal. And it does take a lot to prove slander. Because she texted it privately, it probably wouldn't be necessarily considered slander. And he's the one, it was about himself, and he's the one who put it out into the world. So the argument could be made that there wouldn't be a slander claim because he was the one who actually made it public. So yeah, it does take a lot to prove either way, which is why really there doesn't need to be any lawyers involved. But anybody who's been involved in a company that's had any kind of a backlash knows that the most important thing is to get ahead of the story. They should have released a written statement about this to their website, to all their social channels, to their email list, before it had a chance to really get hold. And they didn't. And now it's really kind of embedded. Now they're going to have a hard time coming up behind it and reaching out and apologizing, if that's even something they're interested in doing. Cindy said she should resign from the company. Not that will make anything better, but yeah, I think if she wasn't part of their family, I think anybody else would absolutely be forced to resign. In a lot of these companies, the nepotism is really strong, though. And so, yeah, if she's not going to resign, she should apologize. The company should apologize from a company standpoint. They should have done it already. I mean, this is a PR nightmare. And in a small, tight-knit industry like this, I mean, it really can. I mean, it could really seriously affect their bottom line. And nobody did anything wrong legally. except for the person questionably maybe who sent the original message. But even then, it's just a PR nightmare. And this is why ethics isn't something you can just ethics isn't something that you can just decide that you're gonna just do. I mean, so even big companies, right? They have policies on ethics, and you may not like the rules, but you at least have to follow them. And to me, some of it's just good human common sense. I don't know. I'm really big on conscious capitalism. We talked about that. I don't know, whenever it was, another week. That character is what you are when nobody's looking, and conscious capitalism says that you can make money, absolutely, because that's what businesses are for, right? Is to make money and deliver returns to their shareholders, and that's what they're for, right? That's why people invest their time, money, energy, whatever, into them. And so I don't think anybody argues that we begrudge any company making money, but you need to do it, and there's a way to do it conscientiously, where you're not exploiting people, you're not doing things that are unethical to get that money. And I think that personal ethics, like why personal ethics, I mean, you guys know me, you know that I've had no problem saying some shit, right? And I'm a loudmouth. I'll say whatever, Cindy, like we talked about that in the Facebook thread. Like I call it like I see it, and I'm what you see is what you get. And it's definitely given me some challenges in my life, and that's on me, right? That's my fault. Or not my fault, but my responsibility. But I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine taking a picture of somebody who's posted a picture of their spouse, like grabbing it off their Facebook page and messaging somebody saying, can you believe that they with this person? Like, who does that? Like, who does that? Like, I wouldn't do that about somebody, a celebrity that I don't know. Like, that's not my business. And seriously, if that's what you have to talk about and that's all you have to talk about, then you need some hobbies or something, because what the hell? It's just rude, for one. And then when you throw it in that it's something to do with the business world, like, and it's somebody who used to work with your company, and like, what is that? Like, who does that? Shannon says, I'm honest to a fault too, but business ethics and personal ethics are two different animals, and somewhat related to each other. I mean, it's true. It's true. People convolute them both. I'm gonna put that comment up here. People convolute them both. People very much, people convince themselves that something's okay, right? Like, oh, I can totally steal that product idea, because if they were really serious about it, they'd have already done it anyway, and I can get it done. And and besides, if it'll be a favor to them, because I can get it done where they couldn't, and then I can bring them in, right? And I can have them work in my marketing, and I can pay them for a thing that they weren't even getting done before because they couldn't get done, right? Like, people can rationalize out stuff all kinds of different ways. You know, the at the end we look and go, but was it your idea to fucking take in the first place? No, then you shouldn't have. And that whole it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. You know, well, why didn't they just reach out to the person and say, hey, I heard this was your idea and I probably shouldn't have heard it, but I think I can get it done. Do you want in? I'll give you 25% equity, you know, which if it's a product that, like, I've been trying for 4 years to get this product made. If one of these people wants to take my idea and run with it in exchange and give me a spokesperson type role and 25% equity or 50% equity or whatever, at this point, I don't know that I would say no to that. It's been a pain in the ass trying to get it formulated. And so, yes, well, I mean, I will trademark the name, obviously, and I will patent the formula but that's the thing. In order to do a patent, you have to have a very specific formula. And that's what I need a chemist for, is to get me the specific formula so that I can patent it. And so, like I said, if somebody's got an in-house chemist, and so, hey, all you people out there, if you've got an in-house chemist and you want to do some like super amazing, cool thing, hit me up. We'll sign some non-disclosure agreements and I'll tell you about it. And if you want to develop it for some equity or bring me on board or whatever, like I'm down. Like I'm down with that. But that's my point though, is I would expect anybody to do that ethically. Now, but people can, you know, convince themselves of anything. And personal ethics are, of course, are a completely different beast. I don't know. I'd sell somebody out in a heartbeat who's doing shit not cool. And you know what, Shannon, there's a point to that. To address your point again, I'm going to bring this up again, because to address your point again, there is a difference between business and personal ethics. And from a business ethics standpoint, she shouldn't have been talking shit about somebody that she knows professionally. But from a personal standpoint, ethics standpoint, she shouldn't be talking shit like that about that at all. So as a follow-up to that, Shanna says personal ethics and common sense have been thrown out the window, it seems. True that. Word. So yeah, I mean, yeah, just who, oh my God, Emmy slobbered on me. Oh no, it's a shoulder. Emmy slobbered on me when we did her birthday pup cup. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just super disappointed that it just shouldn't be a thing. And the company's not handling it well. And so, yeah. So if you are a user of Light Elegance products and you are either throwing away your Light Elegance products or you are boxing them up and sending them back to the company, hi, Rose. And you want to shoot a video of it and you want to perhaps send me said video, I will be happy to. I'm not going to do it unless I'm not going to take the time to do it unless I get more than probably about 5 to 8 videos. It would really, the more the better. I'll make it into a reel and I'll put it up on Nails Over Coffee and I'll send it out, and I don't care. Because if they're not going to do anything PR wise to get ahead of it, then I'm not going to do that. So Rose said she misses Nails Over Coffee and she's driving, so she has to hop off and catch the recap, but she wanted to say hi. So yeah, so if you're a user of those products, and I had no problem taking on CND, those of you who are old school remember, to the point that I actually got a phone call from Jan asking me why I didn't call her before I blasted the company publicly. But because not everybody has the ability to get a hold of somebody like that. And so people needed to know what they were dealing with at the time. And that's the same thing with this, right? Shanna says she remembers that. That's the same thing with this, though. I don't know them and I don't care. And if they're not going to get out in front of it, then I'm going to let the story spiral. And if I can light a fire under it and spiral it even a little faster, then cool, whatever. It's all about money, right? And ethics, right? Drive traffic to my sites. You know, because we all love some gossip. Anyway, so yeah, if you have a video of the things and you want to send it to me, I will put the compilation together. But all right, well, it's been 45 minutes. I already started late, so we've already gone past time anyway. So I'll get off here. But all I can say for anybody who's a listener, viewer, whatever of this show, let's use this as an opportunity to take a step back and maybe kind of check ourselves and make sure that we're not going to go down that same path. And if you do, reach out to me so that we can get ahead of it and I'll help craft your message for you. Hey, Shan says she'll be glad to come on and discuss business ethics. Yeah, you know what? I got to get some more guests on here. Now that I have this platform, I can actually pretty easily add people. So I have to do some experimentation to make sure that it goes right. But you know, I can do that now. I really like using it on my tablet way better than on the desktop. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. It's Emmy's birthday. I got her a puppy cake and a little cake topper that says 4 because she's 4 years old. And so, and my client's bringing her a chicken because Emmy's favorite thing in the whole world is Costco rotisserie chicken. So she's getting a chicken for her birthday and a puppy cake. And she's got a cute little bandana that says birthday girl. So, so I'm going to go do some of that. And I will catch y'all next Monday. All right. Have a fantastic week. Nail on and drink a lot of coffee. Oh, and happy Halloween. Have a great Halloween. We're getting ready to head into fall nails now, right? This is kind of the end of Halloween nails. So getting ready to head into fall. So enjoy your autumn nail season and football season, American football. All right. Bye.